Why can't we have some people from Norway, Sweden, just a few? But we always take people from Somalia.
Think of it. These people come from a crooked country, disgusting country, one of the worst countries in the world. Acknowledged to be one of the worst countries in the world. Some people say it's the worst.
Places that are a disaster, right? Filthy, dirty, disgusting, ridden with crime.
Low IQs, and they rob us blind. Stupid people. And they rob us blind.
Well, first he came for their daycares, then he came for their families, and just this week, Donald Trump set his sights on one of the most vulnerable and smallest targets left in the state of Minnesota. What's up, everybody? I'm Liam Prescott. At this stage, it's glaringly obvious that Donald Trump cares very little about anyone else's well-being, but he is absolutely obsessed with attention. To truly grasp how repulsive his actions were to kick off this week, you can't actually start with the kids. You have to go back 6 months to his blatant fabrications about daycare centers. The day after Christmas, a 23-year-old dim-witted hack by the name of Nick Shirley claimed, with basically zero evidence, that Somali-run daycare centers in Minneapolis had siphoned off over $100 million.
CNN, can we talk to you? This is MAGA YouTuber Nick Shirley. Back at a daycare in Minnesota, he alleged was a fraudulent facility in a now viral video.
People are going to say this is a left or right issue, but no, fraud is fraud. And so I'm not out here trying to put a twist on things.
Shirley's viral video, released over the weekend, in which he says he's uncovering tens of millions of dollars in fraud at Minneapolis daycares run by the Somali community, was retweeted by Elon Musk and Vice President J.D. Vance.
To go inside, and there should be a way for somebody to actually be able to call that number and somebody be able to answer. These aren't real businesses.
But surely you don't think a daycare should just be unlocked. You shouldn't be able to just walk into a
There
daycare.
should be a reception.
No, every daycare is locked.
Their doors are locked.
And so, okay, you bring up a fair point. Then but why can't they actually give me information how to enroll a child?
That was it. One dull YouTuber with a camera and an accusation. And the Trump administration ran with it.
The Trump administration says it is freezing federal funding for childcare in the state. Governor Tim Walz pushing back, posting, "We've spent years cracking down on fraudsters," adding the president is politicizing the issue to defund programs that help Minnesotans.
In the case of Minnesota, it's very Somalia-oriented.
Why can't we have some people from Norway, Sweden, just a few? But we always take people from Somalia.
Think of it. These people come from a crooked country, disgusting country, one of the worst countries in the world. Acknowledged to be one of the worst countries in the world. Some people say it's the worst.
Places that are a disaster, right? Filthy, dirty, disgusting, ridden with crime.
Low IQs, and they rob us blind. Stupid people. And they rob us blind.
The MAGA influencer crowd flocked to the scene, desperately trying to validate their conspiracy theory, only to repeatedly expose just how little their narrative actually held water. Every attempt to prove their lies only made them look more delusional.
When I seen the reports on the news about people coming to the daycare centers, first time I saw that, I didn't bring my son to daycare the next day, and I called off from work. And then the following day, I contacted the daycare and say, "Hey, look, this is what's going on. Is it gonna happen here too?" Because now I see all the people from ICE, I see all these people all over. I don't want my son to be at daycare and get traumatized by something.
It pisses me off, obviously.
This leads us directly into our main story today. Donald Trump's relentless, unchecked racism found a brand new target this week as he decided to go after who he must consider one of the most dangerous groups in all of Minneapolis. We're talking about kindergarteners. Dementia Donnie is so pathologically desperate for attention that he can't even let 5-year-olds enjoy a day meant to celebrate them without trying to force himself into the center of the conversation. He actually reposted a video from one of those unhinged wokeness trackers and pushed it out to his millions of followers. He added some nonsensical caption about public school things, the same kind of end-of-school-year activities that happen in every single community across this country. But he's always hunting for these opportunities. Whether it's federal warrants or raids on childcare centers, the most powerful man in the United States continues to weaponize his followers to target vulnerable communities, including literal children.
We're gonna do a 100-year ban on all Somali refugees. We're not accepting anymore. This country is over them. Listen, the Leering Center and $1 trillion in fraud coming through and being funneled back to Somalia. 100-year ban, and we want our money back. They're not coming to America anymore. It's over.
He froze their essential daycare funding based on a blatant lie. He dispatched 2,000 agents to swarm into their communities. He spent over a decade poisoning the well by telling us that their entire religion is the enemy. And apparently, when all of that wasn't enough to satisfy his ego, he decided to open his phone and target literal kindergartners just for wearing graduation caps. Personally, I think this is pure projection. What probably bothers him the most deep down is the realization that if he were sitting in that same classroom today, he wouldn't be intellectually capable enough to actually graduate.
I am the least racist person. I can't even see the audience because it's so dark.